So these are the another type of animals. So these animals did not chew the food like herbivores and like squirrels and rats, because these animals did not have any teeth. That's why these animals swallow the food whole at a time, and they will bring their food totally to their stomach. That's why they did not chew the food. They swallow the total food at a time into their stomach. So what are the examples for this type of animals? So that is the example for this type of animals are frogs, so and lizards. So frogs and lizards, etc. These are the examples for the animals, so which eat their food and which swallow their food at a whole. And these animals does not have any teeth. For example, if you take frogs, so children, have you ever seen how the frog will take its food? So especially, so frog is an insectivorous. That means it will eat insects. Here lizard is also an insectivorous animal. It eats only insects. It does not eat any plants and animals. So these are the insectivorous animals. That means these animals eat only insects and depend upon the insects for their food. So have you ever seen how the frogs will eat the insects? So in cinemas or in advertisements. So have you ever seen how the frogs will eat? So have you ever seen the advertisement of All Out? So it will come in the TVs. So here children, they does not have teeth. So how the frog eat their prey? So these will have, especially frogs have a tongue which has sticky in nature. That means frogs and lizards have a sticky tongue. Sticky tongue. So long sticky tongue. So frogs have sticky tongue, and when it wants to catch its prey, it moves out its sticky tongue, it jerks towards the prey. And when the prey sticks to its tongue, and immediately it pulls its tongue into its mouth and swallow that insect. So children, in this way, the frogs and lizards will eat the insects. They does not have any teeth, so that's why they will have only a sticky tongue. This sticky tongue will help them to eat the insects and to eat the prey. So they will move out their tongue with a jerk towards the prey, that means towards the insect. When the insect stuck to its tongue, immediately it pulls its tongue into its mouth and swallow the insects, and it will absorb the nutrients from the insect. So now let us see the another type of animals. So these are the adaptations in these animals in their teeth. Next, another type of animals are animals that eat flesh. Animals that eat flesh. So children, what can we call those animals which eat flesh? Already we have discussed in the previous part. So in the classification of animals, so we have classified the animals based upon their food habits. So those animals which eat flesh are called, so children, what are called? So those animals are called carnivorous animals. So the animals that eat flesh are called carnivorous animals. Example for these carnivorous animals are lion, tiger, wolf. So children, so these are the some examples for carnivorous animals. So what are the adaptations in their teeth to eat the flesh? So there is a difference between in the teeth of herbivores and carnivores. Whereas in herbivores, they have a strong broad front teeth, and whereas in carnivores, they have a long sharp front teeth. So these carnivorous animals have long sharp front teeth, and this long sharp front teeth helpful these animals to tear the flesh. So these teeth helpful these animals in tearing the flesh. So if you observe the teeth of lions or tigers or wolf, we will observe especially two teeth which are present on either side of its mouth. They are very sharp and long, and they are also in curved shape like this. So these teeth are helpful to these animals in tearing the flesh. And also these animals have strong claws. So they have strong claws. And also these have sharp nails. So children, so these are the adaptations in their mouth which helps them in eating the flesh. So especially these have long sharp front teeth which helps them in tearing the flesh, and also they have strong claws. These claws helpful to them in holding the flesh while eating, and also helpful them to kill their prey and to hold their prey while eating their flesh. So children, this is about the adaptations in the animals that eat flesh. And let us, the next topic is care of pet animals. So care of pet animals. So children, up to now we have discussed adaptations in the teeth of different animals. That means the adaptation of teeth, that means the special arrangement of teeth in different types of animals. That is the animals which eat flesh, the animals which eat plants, the animals which eat cud, or the animals which eat gnaw the food. So we have discussed the adaptations of teeth in various types of animals. So now we are going to the next topic in this lesson, that is care of pet animals. So children, what are pet animals? Already we have learnt what are pet animals in the beginning of this lesson. So what are pet animals? So pet animals are those animals which we keep in our houses and which we grow in our houses. So these animals can be grown in our houses, and we can keep these animals in our houses, and we will provide some food, water and shelter for them, and they make a lot of work for us. So this type of animals are called pet animals, and examples for the pet animals are dogs, cats, and also cows, buffaloes, sheep. So children, etc. In this way, so these are the examples for pet animals, and also there are some birds which can also be grown in our houses. Example, doves, parrots, and also hens. So there are also some birds which can be grown in our houses. So children, so these animals which can be grown in our houses and which can be kept in our houses are called pet animals. And these pet animals do a lot of work for us. For example, if we take dogs, so these dogs will watch our houses and keep our houses from the thieves, and it will protect our houses from the thefts of the thieves, and it will protect our houses from the thieves. Whereas cats also helpful to us, and it will eat the rats, and it protects our most of the kitchen items spoiled by the rats. And also if we take cows and buffaloes, so whereas cows gives a lot of milk, and also buffaloes, they are very helpful to farmers in the cultivation. So in this way, all the pet animals are very helpful to humankind. They will do a lot of work to us. So that's why we have to take care. So we have to take care about pet animals. We have to provide some essential needs for pet animals. That means we have to provide some food. So we have to provide food, water, and shelter for them. So because why? So they are doing for us. They will do a lot of works for us. They are very helpful to humankind. That's why we are very take care about it, and we have to provide food, water, shelter for those. And we should take care that we have to provide very hygienic food and good food. So we should not provide any rotten food materials or spoiled food materials to the pet animals. It will causes a lot of diseases to those pet animals. So just give a food, that means a hygienic food to the pet animals. Then only they can grow up healthily, they can build up their body, and they will make help, and they will help to our humankind. If we provide an unhygienic kind of food, they will get diseases and they will be died. So see next. So children, so that's why the shelter will be cleaned. So whatever shelter you provide the pet animals, so it will be free from different types of insects and bacteria. Because if their shelter contains different organisms like bacteria or insects, they will causes diseases to the pet animals. And that's why we should clean the shelter which is provided to the pet animals. And we should take care if any pet animal gets a disease, we should take them to the veterinary doctor. So that's why we have to keep our pet animals in a healthy way, and we have to give also vaccination if wherever necessary, whenever necessary. So this is about pet animals. So there are so many uses about these pet animals. That's why we are very kind to them. We are very misery to them, and we should treat equal to with our human beings. So children, so this is about pet animals. So up to now we have discussed different types of animals based upon their food habits, and also we have discussed what is food chain and what is the use of food chain and what the food chain represents, and also we have discussed the adaptation of teeth in different types of animals and also about pet animals. So this is the end of this chapter. The next chapter will be continued in next episode. Thank you.